One, two, three, four. heard somewhere, I'm not sure where I heard this. May have heard it from you guys. I might not have heard it from you guys. I may have heard it from somewhere else. But I heard that no matter what ails you, it can be cured with whiskey. Is that true? Are we on the same page with that? Should we just all start drinking and then and whatever ails you, that's what the problem-solving abilities of Jack Daniels and other fine whiskeys and bourbons. Today is Tuesday, December 19th. For those of you that are in my time zone and your time zone, I don't know what day of the week it is. It could be something different. I've heard Tasmanians have a whole different schedule once you cross the international date line, as it were. I don't have a hat on tonight because if I put a hat on, my head is fucking killing me. No, I'm not hungover. I'm not sure what's going on exactly. I know that Dr. McDreamy is changing my medications, and so we've been a little bit of stop taking these and we'll start taking those. Maybe it's the crossover. Maybe it's the handoff. Maybe it's the ball in the air, the football being pitched backwards to the running back, and while it's in the air, you don't know what's going to happen. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K, my fine feathered friends. Anything can happen. So people of the good ship, hear me speak. It is Bottom of the Glass Nation. I'm going to impart upon you as much truth as I can muster. We have to get to the bottom of the glass to do so. And if I'm going to die, if things are going to go off script, then I might as well die drinking. Wouldn't you agree? Thank you. Glad you're coming along with me on that one. I'm not trying to make a fashion statement here. I'm trying to survive. Otherwise, I wouldn't have I wouldn't be functioning. I could have my hat on, but I'd be concentrating with every muscle in my face to not scream and yell and rip my brain out that's hurting me. All you guys would do is you'd just watch me shiver and shake the whole time. Now, we can't have that. Tomorrow, Brian Ivany's birthday is tomorrow. Brian Ivany's been a long supporter of the program and a friend of ours for years and years and years. He's also very big on Discord. If you want to say hello to Brian, wish him a happy birthday, you can, please do, even though it's a day early, but we're not on tomorrow, so there's that. Werewolf 2004, hey, what was this I hear about everyone putting in for a plaque? We're almost ready to start unveiling and showing what plaques we've sold and where we put them and things like that. It's coming up soon. And if you want to buy a plaque, it's for the radio station. KGXT Radio is going to be the one platform they can't shut us down. Are you listening? That's a place where we can say stuff. You can call in and say stuff. We can have shows 24 hours a day. You can say things. They can't shut us down. There's nobody above us. No. Just the FCC. That's it. So the radio station is an online radio station. It's going to be an app on your phone. We're doing it for free for as long as we can. But to get it up and running, it's a lot of money. So people are buying plaques. It's a donation. You can go on the website and buy the plaque, and we'll show you there's different colors for different denote donations, dominations, how much you're going to spend. But there's also a big black plaque that's kind of the black card, the Black American Express card, if you will. And Loud One is putting together, I don't know how you contact Loud One, either in here or someone can get his email or something, but Loud One, it's also easy to get a hold of him inside of Discord too. He put together, he says, look, if you don't have $2,500 to spend to get things going, then let's all put together and let's get all of our names on a plaque, because when you buy the plaque, you can write whatever you want. We make them here. Well, my wife makes them here, and what she does is she puts them all together, and you can write anything you want. And these things are going to be permanently screwed to the walls in the studio where everybody can see them. So it's a big deal, and it's a huge expense that we're trying to overcome, and it's a great thing because there's nothing more powerful than the freedom of speech. Wouldn't you agree? And I think we get to cover that when we do the radio station. A lot of that stuff we get to do. The interviews become uninhibited. The things that I get to say, I don't have to temper. And I'm not going to get out there and cuss and swear and be a complete asshole. Not any more than I already am. Let's say that. But can you imagine having a place where there's thousands and thousands of us that we can go and listen and talk and share, and they can't shut you down? There's no platform rules. There's no YouTube or Facebook or X or Instagram telling us what we can and can't say, giving us strikes, pulling our stuff down. They can't do it. But in order to get there, I've found it's a lot of trouble, a lot of money to get there. So we're doing the best we can. I'm going to whore out all of my children and mortgage my house. So if you'd be willing to do the same, I'd really appreciate it. So, oh, let's see. Dean Roddering. So 5 minutes of ads. Does this always happen? No. My kid decided to click a different button today, and he goes, "Trust me, Dad, it's okay." And Dean, I'm going to apologize right now. No, we don't ever want 5 minutes of ads. I'm not letting him flip that button anymore. He was trying to compensate for something he did wrong, and a lesson that I've tried to teach him, and he won't learn it. So he's like, this will make up for it. And now, Dean, you're complaining about that, and I will apologize. No, we do not want to bombard things with ads. We don't want to complicate things. Dean, please suffer through the ads, and I do apologize. We'll fix that next time around. Bob McKinley, General Sir, damn, looking good tonight. Well, Bob, thank you very much. Because I wasn't wearing a hat, and we get to see, you get the full feature here. I had to turn this all the way down to 2. I didn't want people to miss what I was saying and just be staring at the screen all night. I mean, right now the Sun Valley Fox is sitting there. He's got his drink, and he's like, come on, get on with the program. What he's not noticing is his wife, my sister-in-law, who is absolutely sitting next to him, Twitter-pitted. And if you don't know what Twitter-pitted means, that means you're too young to have seen Bambi, and you guys need to leave this live stream. I'm not going to sit and explain common terminology of Generation X to you folks. If you don't get it, you don't get it. You guys are going to give me 1 second, please. I don't like doing this, but please indulge me. Just give me 30 seconds. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for that. I don't normally have to do that. But Phoenix Common Star, my goodness, the General has hair. Yeah, you guys, you remember back in the day a couple years ago, everybody used to go, "You wearing a hat because you're bald." Every stranger that wandered through the live stream accused me of, like, "You're only wearing a hat because you're bald." I'm not bald. I may have some spots coming in that don't, but I have a full head of hair. I do. I mean, it's now it's a little gray. See this gray right here? That's from my youngest son. That's from the kid. Yeah. See this one over here? This gray, that's all from my wife. Yeah. True story. All right, Sean MacArthur over on Facebook, starting the night off right here. Some stars in the General and the Mrs. 50 stars sent. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. Christina Dvorak, hello, handsome General. That's 2 handsomes. We get 2 more, and I can start the show. Sandy, hello, dear handsome General. That's 3. Excuse me, Tech Dumb Dad dropped in $5. Just wanted to say Merry Christmas or whatever you celebrate during this holiday season, given the gift of smashing the like button. Yeah, remember that story? One of the things I told you guys that YouTube, they did 36 upgrades, and I still haven't read them. I've really been struggling to get my feet under me. And one of them was every time we say the word like and subscribe and bell, which, as you guys know, I never remember to do that. I'm terrible. You know what? I didn't even I didn't pin PayPal. God bless it. Does anybody have the PayPal link? And I do apologize. I know you're not going to do it for me. You guys don't give a shit about me. But every now and then you guys want, "Oh, give Mom $15 and give Gen X Mom $20. She didn't need shit. She didn't do shit around here. I do it all. And you guys just blow right by me and give to her." All right, there's Two Bear. Two Bear's my man. Coming. You know, Two Bear, we're changing his title. Let me get that pinned for you guys real quick. Thanks, Two Bear, for that one. Yeah, if you guys want to donate on PayPal to get the full effect of things, my wife is watching the PayPal stream. She will make an appearance on here if you guys say something. But I got to change Two Bear's title. And if you guys have seen The Godfather, let me rephrase. If you haven't seen The Godfather, get out. If you don't like The Godfather, please get out. Tom Hayden there was The Godfather, and then both Godfathers. Concierge. How do you say concierge? Ah, fuck. It's not concierge because that's a dude at a hotel, but it's concierge. God damn it. Anyway, he's the advisor to the family. And I got to tell you that Two Bear has done that not just for me. He's done that for all staff. He's done that for you guys. But I've learned over the past few years that there's not a better guy to have at your side than Two Bear. Absolutely, as a friend. I hate to say he's mentoring me, but in a lot of ways, when someone's giving you guidance and advice and you take it, aren't they? I mean, I know when he was mentoring me, then that puts them above you and you below them. I don't care if that's the way it's viewed or not. I really don't. But he is, and I want to say thank you publicly, Tuber. I probably don't give you the praise you deserve, but everybody give up a little heart for Tuber there, because he absolutely he's in charge of security. He's part of the mod squad here with him and Mrs. Forwatton. Ever classy, ever present, always informative. Mrs. Forwatton. They're part of the two blue wrenches you're going to see in here most frequently. But on top of that, he's the guy. He's the guy all around here. So don't discount him. Don't take his words lightly, my fine feathered friends. All right. Let's see. What did I miss in here? Let's see. Don't. Eric McBride, get off Big Pharma meds, man. How do you know I'm on Big Pharma meds? I mean, I didn't have this stuff in the background, which I now have one that's so big I can't miss it. Remember the little blue one I used to have? My wife came up with this, and she's like, "You're fucking everything up." I got to be honest, Eric. I don't know who you are. You could be a perfectly normal human being, or you could be just as screwed up as I am. But my Dr. McDreamy has offered to tolerate me and take me under his wing. He's going to. If he says take a Big Pharma med, I'm taking a Big Pharma med. If he says ditch all the pills, I'm ditching all the pills. Why? Well, he's got a medical fucking degree. He's been doing this 30 years. He's like one of the most sought after internal medicine dudes on the West Coast. So, you know, he doesn't get to that level of admiration and notoriety being a fuck up. Yeah, so I'm going with him. No offense, Eric, but if I have to weigh that out, a dude on Facebook that I just met tonight, or a guy I've known 50 years who's like the king of internal medicine, who should I go with for my own personal health? It's a close call. I want to admit it's very close. It's hard to say which way I'll go, but I'm leaning towards Dr. McDreamy, just so you know. I'll finish it out later on a personal note. But Scott Hadeaway, Facebook, Blue, 200 stars sent, Loud One, member for 16 months, KGXT Studios. Just so you know how important you are, General, my beautiful bride has forced me to get on the live stream and drink while we are on our honeymoon. First time away and alone by ourselves. You guys needed that more than you know. Loud One and Chudge have been big supporters and friends of the program for many, many years. Loud One has sat here and been in studio, and they needed time away. They really did. Scott Crothers, Facebook, Blue, I almost didn't recognize you without your hat. I know. I know. Scott, Scott, look, the handsomeness just continues, does it not? You should see me naked, man. It just puts you right over the edge, or it sends you running over the edge. I can't remember which it was. Mrs. For all of us on this crazy bus getting closer to 1 year. That's true. It's everyone who's got their big red one. If you got it on YouTube, if you got a big red one next to your name, respect those people. They've been around a long time, and the blue 2 is coming soon. Scott Harm, member for 5 months, bottom of the glass nation. You should go hatless more often. General, just remember the pants. I'm trying, Scott. I always get my pants, then I find my hat. Just when I put it on tonight, it was like, oh man, I'm telling you guys, right now it hurts. But you do get to see that I'm not bald. You guys get to see that part. Mrs. Fort Watton gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships. 2, Tina Plexico from Mexico buys her gas at Texaco. Paul Harvey, Michael something, D. Sherwin, and Patricia Gary. I can't say his last name, and plus somebody put it up there kind of small. That makes it tough for me because I can't see without my glasses. No, you are not going to see me in my Clark Kent glasses. For those of you that are younger, we would call them Drew Carey glasses. Maybe that'd be the way to go. For people that are really, really old, it go back all the way to military Coke bottle glasses. All right. So, yeah. I want to talk about a couple things here. Let's start the show. Can we start the goddamn program now? We're 20 minutes in. We talk about this often, how Google, all of a sudden, you're scrolling through Google, you're on your homepage, you're looking at articles and things that come up, and of course, Google tries to put the ads in front of you that mean something, that say something, that are something, and all of a sudden, in the last 2 days, every ad was sticker mule, sticker mule, sticker mule, sticker mule. And I'm like, okay, I know what that is. You go and you design stickers, and they do a really good job sending you stuff. I wish they sponsored the program, but they don't. but I couldn't figure out why. Now, this is a two-part story. I figured out why today accidentally. Why all of a sudden sticker mule, just so you know. Anyway, we'll hold that thought on sticker mule. We're going to get there. So today was those of you that are members, if you've been gifted a Gen X Talks membership, or if you're on Facebook and you go to the Facebook page called the General's Lunchbox, it costs $1. It does cost $1, but 3 years of behind the scenes stuff. All right. Same with the YouTube. You remember 3 years of behind the scenes stuff. Now, one of the things we just brought up the other day was bunnies. Those of you who follow the Gen X Talks family behind the scenes, those of you that know us as a family, you guys know lots of stuff that's gone all the way back from Buford the goat, all the way to Frappuccino, my rabbit, which I didn't want, but I ended up getting a bunny. Long story, and don't judge me on the cute, cuddly pictures of the bunny and myself. Anyway, so 2 bunnies turned into 15. That's when we said, okay, that's enough. When they talk about fucking like rabbits, now I get what they mean. I've never really had rabbits before. The kid and I knocked together a big walk-in enclosure for Gen X mom, Mama X, to go inside my wife. And there's a hutch inside, and there's little things inside. But it's a walk-in enclosure around a big pine tree and stuff. It's really nice, and it's sheltered, and it's wonderful. But then appeared 2 things. One was 15 rabbits and a rabbit hole. Now, we always talk about, you're taking that topic, and Guy just stayed on that topic. I went down the rabbit hole, and I found myself at 2 in the morning watching videos on whatever topic. I went down the rabbit hole. I didn't really know that cute, cuddly bunnies dug holes. They fucking dug a hole to China. And so my wife's like, there's a hole that disappears. Like, it's gone. It goes under the block wall. She goes, I don't know where it goes. So we went ahead and... Sean Kairos, 99 stars sent. Thank you very much. I don't see the animation there, but it says there was one. Hey, Kate, can you grab that door?
Yeah.
Do that for me, please. Lock them out, the fucking dogs. That's why we have a studio with a door, and then all of a sudden we leave the door open, the dogs start howling. Kid, you going to get that door? Stand up and kids. I tell you, it's just about having kids, the dumbest thing ever. Don't ever have children. Anyway, so where was I? Yeah, the bunnies. So I got up yesterday. I drove down to this nice lady who runs she runs a feed place here in town, and she's been there forever. She's a wonderful lady. And I said, look, this is where we got the bunnies. And she wants to know about my granddaughter, my grandson, all the bunnies. So I have to go through there's not a lie, 45 minutes of a story to get her all cut up, because she really wants to know. She wants to know about Penny the pig. She wants to know how fat she is. She wants to know about our chickens. She knew one of our chickens by name. We got this one stupid chicken named Doodle. And I think Gen Z kid's girlfriend named it Doodle. This chicken will run up to you, jump and fly into your arms where you can hold it and pet it. That dumb chicken. Anyway, so this lady says, yes, I'll take the rabbits. So this morning we get the rabbits, we put them all in a box. And I said, my wife goes, take all of them. Take all the rabbits. I'm like, I'm not getting rid of my rabbit. My rabbit's fucking cool. Frappuccino, my little, she's a cool looking no. And I said, you might as well take 2, because I'm not leaving my rabbit out there alone. My rabbit's going to have somebody to hang out with. So pick 2. So Gen X mom gets her rabbit, Peanut, my rabbit, Frap. Now we got 2, we're fine. And then she goes, there's this runt of the litter who's all jacked up. The other babies are about this big. This one's about this big. Its eyes all gunk and swollen. She goes, yeah, we can't really give that one away because it's sick. It may die. So I said, all right, well, there's 3 rabbits. Keep that one. And then she goes, well, there's this little white with little gray. It's weird little, no other rabbit looks like this one. It's got the gray with the brown feet. And I said, oh, all right, you can keep that one. Now we've got 4. So we take all the rabbits and we go down there and we jump off the rabbits, and we did other things, which is the part 2 of the story. But when we came back, there's more rabbits. There's more rabbits in the enclosure. Apparently, there was a couple or 2 or 3 hiding down this long rabbit hole, which my wife had been filming them. She filmed 4 or 5 or 6 of them come out of that thing. She figured that was it. Well, apparently, when we picked up all the rabbits, Gen Z kid went and grabbed all the rabbits by the back of the neck, put them in a big box. We take them off down there. We come back, and there's more. They had to come from the rabbit hole. They had to. So here we are, and it's like, God, I didn't want, now we're going to have 15 rabbits again. We're no better off than we were before, because now we got like 6 rabbits. And I was like, we're just supposed to narrow it down to 2. Then you felt sorry for one, that's 3, because it was the run to the litter. Then you picked this other one because it was the most unique rabbit you've ever seen. That's 4. Now there's 2 or 3 that just appeared from the rabbit hole. Fuck! Here, you see, rabbits. This gray, rabbits, right? That's just another thing. So anyway, I try to do a good thing with the rabbits. I take the rabbits, get rid of the rabbits, and a nice home for the rabbits. And then I took her to lunch. We went out to lunch. The kid and my wife and I, we sit down, and my neck starts hurting. My neck and my shoulders and the back, and then my chest starts hurting, and I'm just having a miserable time. So at the end of it, I was very polite. I didn't want to ruin everybody's lunch. We waited through lunch, got through everything. Delicious lunch. I go out and get in the truck, and I'm dying. I come out there, and they come out, the kid and my wife come out, we get in the truck to leave. She goes, by the way, your venture card was declined. So what was my venture card declined? I got plenty of room in my card, make my payments on time. What are you talking about? So I'm trying to figure this out. We have a couple stops to make. I'm trying to figure this out. And I log in, and it says, hey, man, we blocked your card because there's this Amazon charge of $150.47, but it charged it twice. So I'm like, God, couldn't you guys just let my card go through and we'll figure this out? So, don't look stupid in front of my friends at the restaurant. I know people down there look like a schmuck, big old fat jabroni. So I tried to get my wife. I said, listen, you're sitting in the back seat. Do me a favor. I'm kind of stressed. Figure this out. Go online to Amazon and figure out what you spent. What was the $150? Did it charge it twice? Give me some direction here. And I got to tell you, my wife, all of a sudden, she's the dumbest blonde woman you've ever seen, and she's not dumb, and she's not blonde. Well, this is all confusing, and I can't tell what, there's 3 things purchased on, and all I hear all the way home is this story about how she can't do it. Now, my wife is very gifted and talented with credit cards when it comes to spending. She's very gifted and talented when it comes time to check your balance. She's very gifted and talented when it comes time to check your open available credit. For some reason, she can do those things very quickly. But when you ask her to do something, hey, can you check what you spent on this card? Can we identify? Oh, that's all just, you know what? This is all so confusing. I don't know. I said, well, fine. Then you're not, I'm not giving you a credit card anymore. You're not spending shit. Until you figure it out, you don't get no more venture card. 20 minutes later, she's buying stuff with my Quicksilver card. She goes, well, you didn't say I couldn't use this one. So I'm angry. My neck is killing me. My head is hurting. I'm trying to figure this shit out. She's not helping at all. And I start going through the credit card stuff. And on the credit card stuff, I notice multiple larger purchases with Sticker Mule. You see how this comes full circle? And I'm like, okay, now I know why I'm getting all the Sticker Mule ads. So, of course, I march back into the office. What the fuck is going on? She's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm getting some stuff to give to our guests in Las Vegas and some things to make them welcome, make them. I said, are you giving everybody a gift basket? Well, they are paying like $25 or whatever. I go, we're also feeding them. They're getting a couple free drinks. And now they say, we're way past the $25. She goes, don't worry. When it's all over with, you're really going to like it. And I got to tell you this, my son was trying to relate to his mother today driving. He was trying to tell her that she couldn't figure out why I was upset. And he's like, Mom, let me try to tell you about woman logic and woman math. And I thought, great, this is going to be good coming from an 18-year-old. But I let him try. And he says to her, he says, now, Mom, here's what you guys do wrong, and you guys don't understand the math of it. If you go to the store and you're like, oh, look at this big set of dishes and plates for the kitchen, it's $100, and I shouldn't spend the $100, but my husband will probably be okay if I spend the $100, but I probably shouldn't spend the $100, but he'd be okay with it for the house, and then you decide not to spend the $100, good call. You walk away thinking you now have an extra $100 to spend. You convinced yourself that it would be okay to buy the dishes, that I wouldn't be mad. So you've now saved that $100. Now you're free to go spend that $100 someplace else. No. That's just like in my day, you could take a box of puppies to the grocery store and it says puppies free. And no one will buy one. You take the same box of puppies back to the same grocery store the next day and sit outside and write on it, buy one, get the next one half off. And every woman will buy one because it's a sale. They got it on sale. True story. So we're trying to explain all this to her. She's not getting his example. She's not getting my example. We get home. She doesn't understand why I'm getting bombarded with sticker mule stuff because she logged in on my account, bought all the stuff with my credit card. She's happy-go-lucky going down the road, just grabbed another credit card and kept spending. And here I am. And her whole justification, it was for our friends at Gen X Talks. It was for the people coming in Las Vegas. Where we have the meet and greet in Las Vegas live at the Red Rock on January 27th, as you guys already know. And this was her justification. Now, remember, my neck is hurting. My card was blocked. I got to figure out the fraud. She's not helping me. The sticker mule thing's not explainable. And then all of a sudden I see, hell, those sticker mule charges went through before the block came in. And she's literally whistling, skipping through the house with another credit card in her hand. And I'm hurting and I'm angry and I'm upset. I'm like, what the fuck is going on around here? Stand by. Do you guys understand what what goes on in my head with this shit? You understand that now? Let me jump over here between the sheets. For those of you that don't know, to my left there's a monitor. To my left, you're right. Google Docs, Google Sheets is going on there. If I'm telling a story up here, I can't read the comment section. I can't read any comment section. So there's moderators, and what these moderators do, if you say something clever and witty and nice and wonderful, they copy and paste it. So if you say something, stick around. I'll get to it as soon as I can. Chat, let me go to the top here. Let me top and roll down. Eric McCade, I'm from Scotland. Clyde Bank, to be more exact. Your doc is employed by Big Pharma. How do you know that? Because if there was ever a renegade doctor that was against all of the drugs for COVID, if there was ever a doctor that was turning down, don't send me your free samples, don't put me on, it's this guy. But you don't know that. You don't know how cool this guy is. You don't know how rebellious this guy is. You may not know quite how Generation X thinks, but I'm telling you right now, Dr. McDreamy, I've literally known him 50 years, since we were 5. $20 million, you couldn't buy this guy. You couldn't buy his integrity. There's almost not a more honorable man that I know in the universe. Not that he doesn't have his flaws. He does. But coolest cat. And you're absolutely wrong about him. Your doc is employed by Big Pharma. Eric McCade, your brain is idling in neutral right now. You just don't know. Cherry Weber, 50 stars sent. Thank you very much, Cherry. Chad Badman, Facebook Blue, 145 stars sent. Scott Crothers, Facebook Blue, another 145 stars sent. Now, normally I would say keep sending me those stars because once I get up to $8, I'm going to Taco Bell. But there's a chance... There's a chance that Loud One is in here and he's going to punch me in the throat if I get fast food, the whole diet thing I'm working on. Dr. McDreamy may be in here, and he'd be in there, right? He'd go tell he'd call her and say, take all of his credit cards. He ain't going to Taco Bell. So I'm not going to say that you guys are, thank you for providing me with dinner tonight. No. We'll just keep that on the down low and we'll keep talking. Loud One, $5 should she will take 12 of the bunnies. Love them right up until the day she is ready to cook them. Yeah, my wife and kids wouldn't like that. No. I told them, we said we can toss them out in the desert. They could be coyote food. Got to feed the coyotes. Circle of life. Everything's good. Plus, I just saw the last episode of Bass Reeves. I like that show. And if you guys know the show, you know the bunny scene. I can't talk about that either. Eric McCade, 99 stars sent. Thank you, Eric. See, even when your brain's idling, man, you knew to give me 99 stars, brother. That means we're cool again. Russell Covey, Facebook Blue, did anything ever come about with the car show kid? The car show kid? Not Russell. I don't know quite what that means. We're doing the car show. Two Bear is putting on the
kid you met at the car show.
Well, the kid I met at the car show. Oh, we haven't followed up on anything since then. No, that's a good question, Russell. Russell Covey been around a long time. He's been one of the original supporters of the program on Facebook. We always say hi back and forth when we're scrolling around, breezing through each other's posts. But no, not at this time. I haven't. Johnny Tsunami, Facebook Blue, 500 stars sent. Arnie Arnold, I got a husky you could borrow. She loves rabbits. Oh, the destruction you guys are pushing on me. Stylo Adam, new member, welcome to being an extra. Hey, when Stylo went by, I didn't see it. I hope you guys all welcome them because if I don't see it and say something, I'm counting on you guys to say something. Mrs. Fort Watton, what is he drinking? We're not talking about what I'm drinking. Christina Dvorak gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships, the same as Mrs. Ford did just a little bit ago. Jason Miller was gifted a membership by Christina. It says 10 Gen X Talks memberships. Oh, there's the rest of them. Cartman, Freedom of Truth, Phil's Garage. Phil's Garage? Wait a minute. That's a show. There's like a dude on TikTok or the Reels program. Where that's him. Ty602, Duke, Drew Coleman, Stony B Gaming, Bubble Bath Bob. Wait a second. There's a dude named Bubble Bath Bob. That's not like something you would say. I mean, as a guy, you wouldn't say, like, I'd love to take bubble baths. I mean, you rinse off with a shower, you take a nice long hot shower, you get yourself done a shower. But, the guys in baths, I know there's a lot of you men out there that take baths. I got it. There's a lot of you men out there that sit down when you pee. I got it. But it's not something you try to flaunt about the bubble bath. I know it shows your more sensitive side. I get it. But just not a big thing. Scott Hayday, Facebook Blue. What are your thoughts on Colorado decision? Yeah, that's on my list of things to talk about tonight. Loud one, $5 for the General's dinner at Sumo Salad. Oh, I'm going to be eating the rabbit food now that all the bunnies are gone. I get to eat that stuff. All right. So where were we? There were so many things to talk about, and let me bounce around here a little bit too, because we can get into some of this stuff. There's so many things we're not going to get to it all, but I'm going to try. Okay, there's some funny stuff too. All right, let's cover some stuff that's kind of important around here. This comes up every single week in some new fashion on my feed. U.S. economist predicts 2024 will bring the biggest crash of our lifetime. And then next week it'll be scholar predicts. The guy who predicted the last crash predicts it. Okay, look, eventually someone's going to be right. There's 385 people putting out their stuff, so we click on and we read I don't even click on them anymore. I don't read the articles. I don't. And the reason is because every week it's the same thing. And someone's eventually going to go, see, I told you so. I'm right. Yeah, I got it. Once you tell us that a big financial crash is coming along, can you just shut the fuck up about it? It's not like we're going to change anything. You think anybody was in the drive-thru at McDonald's and they're like, oh shit, the crash is coming. You think they got out of the drive-thru to save that $17? They better start saving up now. Okay, we should save. We should prepare better. There will be a crash at some point, but what the fuck, man? Every fucking week you guys put that. We don't even click on it. I'm letting you ride. I don't click on them right now, so who gives a shit? So here's the one, what he was talking about. This is kind of a big deal. Trump is blocked from appearing on the presidential primary ballot by the Colorado Supreme Court. Now, don't act surprised. And I know you guys have all seen the headlines. The reason I'm bringing it up, we've talked about this. We've been very clear. We all talked about this months ago. And I told you one sentence in the 14th Amendment says one of the things you cannot run for president if you are part of an insurrection against the United States. Why do you think that since day one, the liberals, the Democrats, the media have been calling it an insurrection? Wasn't that an odd choice of terms? They could have called it a rebellion, inciting civil unrest, inciting a riot. They could have called it civil war. They could have called it, but from day one, they called it an insurrection. Why? And we covered this already, because in the 14th Amendment, there's a small thing that says if you are part of an insurrection, you cannot run for president. Now, you'd have to prove that this was an insurrection to overthrow the entire government, which it wasn't. I mean, an insurrection, especially the terminology and the way they wrote it when they made the amendment, had to do with overthrowing the government, overthrowing the United States, and installing a new regime, a new dictatorship, a new government, something different. But that's not what he did. In fact, if you look at it, he was the one saying, calm the fuck down, don't do all this shit. Oh, but he said it too late. He didn't say it when he should have. And this was clearly an insurrection. The reason they said it was because they knew at some point down the road, somebody was going to hold this up and go, well, clearly this was an insurrection. Clearly the 14th Amendment has been violated. You're out. And Colorado just did it. They decided it was an insurrection. They decided he can't be on the ballot. This is important. It's not going to stand. It shouldn't stand. They should be able to appeal this very easily. But George Soros put up the money for this group that brought this challenge to the Colorado Supreme Court. All of the Supreme Court members in Colorado are staunch Democrats. They're all liberals. So you knew this way this decision was going to go. However, when you take this up to a real court, when you take it up to rational people, it should be tossed out immediately. But it sets a precedent. How many other states can try to do the same thing? And what if a state decides it disagrees with the Supreme Court? What if 5 states say, we're not doing it? We don't care what the Supreme Court says. Now, you can go back to the Supreme Court and you can file motions and get the Supreme Court to empower you to go and change things. There's you can do some stuff. There's some things that can go through Congress that can say, well, you have to obey, and we can do some serious damage. You're not going to put anybody in jail over it, but that's never going to happen. But you can put on sanctions on the state and change things to get them to comply with the Supreme Court. But how long would that take? Way past the election. So what if 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 states decide to do this and they challenge the Supreme Court, they defy the Supreme Court, and then this drags on past the election? Now there's 5 states that are not going to, he's going to get no votes. Now, lucky for us, there are probably 5 states that wouldn't matter anyway. Colorado, New York, California, they're probably not going to matter anyway. But the point is that what if a purple state, what a state that was on the fence, what about a state that he's winning has a state Supreme Court that would side against Trump? You see where I'm going with that? Now, just like I told you a year ago, I said, you guys got to listen. I told for months and months and months, I said the term insurrection is being used on purpose, and one day we're going to hear about it in a court case because of the 14th Amendment. Now, some of you forgot about that. Some of you believe me, and there's a lot of you that just told me I was an idiot. All right. Well, maybe an idiot, but on this one, I got it right. So even if the sun shines on a dog's ass once in a while, today I was the dog's ass. Fair enough? So I'm going to give you another one. If other Supreme Courts do this, or they challenge and defy a Supreme Court reversal, this could be a problem later. Now, maybe it won't happen. But if it does, can we all go back to today and go, aha, can we all raise a glass and go, hey, we got it right? Can we do that, please? So, anyway, paying attention to that stuff there. That was the thing he was talking about. It is a big deal. It's going to get overturned. It should get overturned quickly, but just letting you know, it's a real deal. The other one that comes to mind was this one. Biden's 2024 election insurance policy might surprise you. Now, I read the article, and I think they got it wrong, just so you know. In my view, and this is the view of others, I've kind of been listening around to other people talk about this and kind of came to the same conclusions. But to put it in the same terminology, there is an insurance policy that has nothing to do with Trump. The Democrats have the same insurance policy they use every time. What is it? We've talked about this in the program many, many times. When it comes time to vote, Democrats and liberals, if they hate Biden, if they hate Hunter, if they can't stand Kamala Harris, and the whole thing is going bad, the country is turning to shit, the border's being overrun, they swallow it. And you know they do. They unify. And they just vote blue. Every time. That is their insurance policy. At the end of the day, they all get together and they say, well, no matter how fucked up we've been, people are still going to vote for us. And they're right. To a large degree, they're absolutely right. Doesn't matter how bad it is or how fucked up it is. For some reason, they just still, we'll just go to the voting booth and just close my eyes and pull the lever and vote blue. That's their insurance policy. They're not earning their spot on merit. They're not winning debates. They're not running a good campaign. At the end of the day, no matter how fucked up it is, they know that people are still going to vote blue. That's the insurance policy I see. Scott Volage, can they let him back in office is the real question. Can they let him back in office? Sean MacArthur did another 50 star send. Scott Volage says, can they let him back in office? Yeah, they can. I'm not sure what you mean by that question. Yeah, they can. He can be a convicted felon and still run as long as you're not in jail and you're locked up. Yeah, you can even, the Constitution does not say that if you're a convicted felon, you cannot run. Doesn't disqualify you. What else we got in here? Let me go back up to the top and scroll down. Eric, she shouldn't have access to your cards, and your allopathic doc shouldn't have access to your health. Yeah, I'm not sure what the word allopathic means, man. You're using $12 words and I'm a $3 guy. Eric, you got to remember, I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. I don't understand all the big words. I'll go look it up so I can participate at the party too. I don't want to be the guy holding his drink all night, staring at a plant in the corner, pretending I'm interested in it. No. I want to, but you use big words and I get lost. Now, if you're trying to overtalk me, hooray, you won. But my doc shouldn't have access to my health? Look, man, I'm trying to stick with you here, but we're parting ways pretty fast on that. My doctor shouldn't have access to my health. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Do you know what the word doctor means? They've been studying the female body and the male body for 2,000 years. There's some stuff they know. I got to let you in on that. I know they hid all that information in books, so common people can't find it, but it's out there. I've heard about it. Donnie Delham, Facebook Blue. Hey, General, I'm from Fort Smith, where Bass Reeves was the U.S. Marshal for Judge. Far out, man. That's fucking cool. I dig that. Now I see I got this connection now. I'm liking that. Isaac Parker, the famous hanging judge. Yeah. The Marshal for Judge. Yeah, that was a dude. Man, do you see? That's kind of cool. There's some history that the things you learn here on Gen X Talks. Dennis Courtney, Facebook Blue. These judges are committing the insurrection and should be held accountable. True story. They're trying to change the flow of government right now. Sean MacArthur, 50 stars in. Josh Maddox says, hydrate. All right, Josh. Well, if you say so. Josh ain't got nothing to do tonight because for some reason Rumble didn't work. Yeah, try to look cool drinking water out of a straw. Big fat guy, I know. Chad Badman, Facebook Blue. It sucks. Supposed to be a free and fair election. Eliminating any name is bullshit. True story. Michelle M, member for 6 months. Gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships. I'm not even going to say that. Moken 420, Wyatt Earp, Sam I Am, Zippo America, and Stephen Ford. You guys can all now, after the show's over, go to the community section in YouTube, and you can take a peek behind the curtain, and you can see stuff that nobody else has seen. Well, it's not true. A lot of people have seen it, but there's 3 years of cool shit you can go look at back there. Donald Bekowitz. God, there's a whole fucking paragraph here. And now it's gone. Donald Bekowitz's paragraph is there. It is. I didn't know you had your own show. This is my first time watching your show, and I'm glad you have your own show. Outstanding so far for me watching it for the first time. I didn't know you had it. I'm glad you make it. You make it all kind respect. I thought for a minute he was getting paid by how many times he used the word show, but as it turns out, he's just a regular jabroni like me, Donald, hanging out. Thanks, man. If this is your first time watching, your first time here, for all of you too, for anybody who's just wandered across our page for the first time tonight, you've never seen a live stream from us, consider it like a first date. You just sit there and I'll do all the work. All right, look, I gotta get over here because I'm getting all tied up in the sheets, and then I can't get to the stuff that I came here to talk about, because I had stuff to say. Okay, listen, I'm going to get into something creepy. And it's not my diary from when I was 13, because I didn't have one. Something weird. We've done some stuff on the states. We've done some stuff on specifically, like in the World Show, we talked about how Europeans view us with their AI. That was funny. And we covered all 50 states. Sometimes we talk about crazy laws that you weirdos have in your states that are still on the books, stuff you can and can't do. Like you can't kiss a donkey in the passenger seat of your pickup truck while you're staring out over a riverbed. It's weird stuff. And there's laws against it. So I'm not sure what's going on with you people in Arkansas, but no donkeys in the passenger seat. Anyway, so as I'm going through some of this stuff, and it's hilarious, all the really weird shit all of a sudden came from Florida. Now, I don't know much about Florida. I've been there a few times. People down there are cool. We have Look Down Darby, who was a longtime watcher of the program. She was from Florida. We have other people from Florida. Callie Cat and a Disney Kid, they were from Florida, are from Florida, moved from Florida, go back to Florida all the time. You get what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, the stuff I'm about to show you, I got to cast a shadow across the big penis-shaped state that's pissing on Cuba. And you know which state that is. It's Florida. I'm going to go through this stuff, but but you want to talk about going down a rabbit hole. I was trying to cover all 50 states, enlighten you guys about all 50 states, but oh my God, I thought, you know what? I'm going to take these from Florida. We're just going to pick on Florida tonight. So if you're from Florida, please don't scream and yell. Drink a little more, and this will all seem funny. All right. God, the whole thing is called Florida. So here's one. Florida man butt dials 911 while planning their next meth cook. And you read the article, they started cooking meth and they called 911. The cops showed up and busted them. This whole meth lab, the cook, because he butt dialed 911. Now, why do you have 911 programmed in your phone? Do you call it so often that becomes a thing? Why? You know, I saw Breaking Bad. I know everything about cooking meth. I saw Breaking Bad. He did it in his underwear with an apron on. Now, see, if you're walking around in your Wranglers, it's in your pocket, that's on you, my man. You fucked it up yourself. Florida, yeah. Florida man who had a year-long sexual relationship with a dolphin claims the animal seduced him. I got to tell you, before we even go into this, there is a common theme across these reports, these accusations in the state of Florida. They're almost all weird sex stuff. I don't know what's going on with you guys. You guys need to adjust your medication. You're either having too much medication or not enough. But how did you have a sexual relationship for a year with a dolphin, and then somehow, no, the dolphin did it to me. Somebody caught on to what you were doing, stopped you, got involved, got a hold of the situation, and then accused you of it and said, what the fuck are you doing here? And you went on the defensive and said, the dolphin seduced me. How do you have, first of all, how do you have sex with a dolphin, and how do you do it for a year? And I don't know, the dolphin kept coming back, or was this something he kept in his doughboy pool in the backyard? Because I seen some weird shit in Florida. I'm just asking. If this was any of your relatives out there, I do apologize. I'm not picking on your family. Not on purpose anyway. All right, well, nope. There's another one here. Let's get this one. That's a Florida man. Go to the next one. Woman stabbed her boyfriend after he farted in her face. That was in Florida. Now, my first reaction, what are you kids laughing?
I'm laughing at the stream.
Well, it's a little funny.
I'm just imagining the situation.
The kids over there on the other side of the studio laughing, all of a sudden he got loud. If a woman stabbed her boyfriend after he farted in her face. Now, at first, I was like, that's stupid. That's an overreaction. You can't do that. But I've also been part of some very humiliating butt in the face, kind of sit on you on the couch, rip one where you can't move and can't get away, and your face is mushed sideways, and I'm letting one go to where you can taste it an hour later. I don't know. That might be worth a stabbing. You might be willing to do some time over that. I'm just saying. Another one, Florida. Florida man bitten by a shark, punched by a monkey twice, struck by lightning, and bit by a snake. This dude's like 28 years old, and this hospital has documented everything that's happened to this guy. Now, you can either say this is the most unlucky guy on the planet, or he's lucky because I don't know whether you decide this dude is so unlucky, never buy a lottery ticket. Or you read this and go, this dude survived all that? Luckiest dude I know. You need to start buying lottery tickets every week. Again, Florida. This one I'm on the fence on. This is an indecision. I can't tell whether it's a good or a bad story, but either way, Florida. Here's another one. Herpes-infected monkeys terrorize Florida. Now, I don't think you can get herpes from talking to a monkey. I don't think you can get herpes by playing with a monkey. But I'm pretty sure if you're out there chasing these monkeys around and having sex with the monkeys, you're in danger of getting herpes. So here's my advice to everybody in Florida who's worried about getting herpes from a bunch of monkeys. Don't fuck the monkeys. Seems pretty simple to me, but again, we're part of the generation of common sense. It would never occur to me that I'd have to even be worried about getting herpes from a monkey. But apparently in Florida, that's a concern. All right, moving on. No, we're not done yet. We still got more to talk about. Florida man has sex with his pit bull in his yard as his neighbors beg him to stop. Again, we're still talking about Florida. Again, it's still some weird sexual deviant stuff. Now, I'm not going to complain about this dude's sexual perversions. You know what? My guy, do what you want. Why are you in the front yard where everybody can see you? Did you just chase the pit bull down and you were so tired, so exhausted from chasing this thing for an hour, you didn't care where you caught him? You were just going at it. I got to question the neighbors too. They're watching long enough to beg the guy. They're continuing watching this guy poking his dog in the front yard with his Johnson going, please stop. Could you please stop? This is a terrible thing you're doing. Don't do that. Could you please quit doing that? We're please. Okay, after the first please, you either got to go over there and kick the dude in his face, turn a hose on both of them, or walk your asses inside. Who sits out there and argues with the dude having sex with his dog and tells him this is not a good idea and tells him he should stop? I think at this point, when you view a guy doing that, he's beyond all reason. Wouldn't you agree? Again, talking about the guy from Florida and the neighbors from Florida. Strange things are afoot at every neighborhood in the state of Florida. Another one, Florida man too fat for jail. Now, I don't know whether this is a blessing or not. I mean, if the guy's going to eat McDonald's and Twinkies all day, realize he doesn't fit in a cop car, doesn't fit through the jail door, can't be processed because they can't put him in a chair for questioning. Handcuffs don't fit on him. I'm thinking you're giving every fat guy a free pass. So in other words, if I'm going to commit a crime, because I'm a big fat guy, maybe I wouldn't fit in their jail. My job's to go to Florida when I commit the crime. Again, Florida man too fat for the jail. We're still in Florida. You following the trend here? You getting with me? Florida man denies syringes found in his ass. They're not his. Now, this is the last one. Where I think we're done here. May have one more. We're pretty much done. A dude gets arrested. He's got his orange jumpsuit on. They check him out. They pull syringes out of his ass, and he says, "Those ain't mine. I don't know how those got there. Is it? You know, that's my friend Willie's. Willie must have done that. You know, I didn't do that." Though, how do you explain that? That's a real story. Some dude says they're not mine. That's either Florida has some very small syringes or this guy's very talented. All right, last one. Florida, 400-pound woman survives sexual assault by a herd of manatees. I'm not sure where to begin with that. Sexual assault by a herd of manatees. Are they called a herd? Aren't they like a fish? Aren't they schools of fish? A herd of manatees. Why would that be my first thing that I complain about? Because I don't want to talk about the rest of it. How does she know it was a sexual assault? Maybe they were just biting everywhere and she's like, oh, wait, that's my private parts. You're sexually assaulting me. No, they're fish and they're just fucking going at every part of you. Your legs, your knees, your toes, your boobs, your elbows. It all just went into one big thing. I'm just saying. And what were you doing swimming with a herd of manatees? And what do you mean you survived it? Like what? Like they sexually assaulted you and you fought them off and pulled the lever at the college campus, the blue lights all went on and cops came and pulled you out of the water and arrested the herd of manatees and you survived it? We're going to see this on the cover of National Geographic? What the fuck are you talking about? And how would you define not surviving? How would you have come across to the rest of us if it was not surviving? If you had to say, well, I was sexually assaulted by a herd of manatees and I didn't survive the attack. See this look? This is Gen Z kids look. I'm borrowing it. What the fuck are you talking about? All right. That's all I can take from the herd of manatees. I can't go any further with manatees, just so you guys know. One thing, doing some housekeeping here. The Patreon, You guys all got an email today from Patreon, but you got to join Patreon. It's $1, but join Patreon. You get an email, and then you know when we're going on live. Plus, you can see the 3 years of behind-the-scenes stuff. That's another way to do it. We're also going to be in Las Vegas at the Red Rock Hotel, January 27th. You got to buy a ticket. Moderators got to put a ticket up there for you guys. Got to get a ticket. You got to get a ticket to get in. This is the 3rd year. Believe me, it gets better every year. It's going to be a lot of fun. You got to go. The podcast is out there. Yeah, that's the only thing we come up with for a picture was staring at the boobs. This one, if you guys want to listen to a podcast, this is the one to get interested in. If you haven't listened to the podcast with my wife and I, where she kicks the shit out of me for an hour, listen to this one. Why? Because it's a lot of fun. This particular one, everyone is sharing. Everyone is saying, all right, look, if you want to listen to Gen X Talks podcast, if you want to get interested, listen to this episode, then you can get hooked. So just forget the boobs in the picture and just go listen to the episode. It's well worth it. There is so much more news to get to. Let's go back and read between the sheets, shall we? I will start at the top. Calder Keen, new member, welcome to being an extra. Calder is going to be in studio pretty soon. Scott Royston, member for 1 year, gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships. 2, Ray Hallock, Web Guy, Me, Aurora Transparency, Knights Light, and Aaron Brown. Now, was that 10 or 5? Constant Limbo just found your show, subscribed. It's a good old school. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. If you're hanging out and you subscribe, whether you're on Facebook or whether you're on YouTube, appreciate that a ton, you guys. I really do. Shit, respect from Scotland. Old school shit, respect from Scotland. So Constant Limbo's from Scotland. I dig it when we find out that people are from far away. That just, I'm telling you, it warms my heart. It really does. Robert London, if you're tired up in the sheets, make sure you have a safe word in case things get out of hand. Yeah. That's a good point. I do. Multiverse Media Space. Google your birthday Florida man and it will give you your spirit Floridian. I'm going to pass on that advice. Susie Evelina, LOL. Meth Heads Labs. I think if phones touch too long, it'll dial 911 emergency. Probably would. Marvin Webb. Changing my vacation plans out of Florida. Marvin Webb Jr. says, yeah, I'm changing my vacation. Not going to Florida. Chad Badman, Facebook Blue, 100 stars sent. Another 100 stars from Chad. Christine Dvorak, $5. General, they're mammals. All right. I knew somebody was going to say that. Christina, I didn't know you were going to be Fun Fact Friday tonight. I didn't know. I knew someone was going to say they're not fish, they're mammals. Herd is. I knew that, but it was still funny in the context where I play that I'm a little dumber than I really am, and I kind of throw it out there. It's good for the bit. It's good for the stick. It's good for the segment and the story, but there's always a Fun Fact Freddy. Christina, it's a good thing I love you. If I didn't love you with all my heart, this would be an issue. You and I'd have to have marriage counseling, but we don't. Loud one, $21. General Knit's going to have to be pretty epic to surpass last year, or there's another wedding happening. No, the Loud one and Trish got married. Yeah, I'm an ordained minister right in the middle of the shindig. We took some time, and I married 2 people. That was my first and only time presiding over a marriage, but it was in the middle of that, and everybody cheered and drank and had a good time, and the party continued. I don't know if we can top that, but we're going to try. Chad Badman, another 100 stars. Chad's giving me 16,000 stars tonight, 100 at a time. I can feel it coming. All right, listen. I had more to get to, but my hour's up. I got to go. I got to get out of here. I wasn't feeling really good tonight. My head's still pounding. My neck still hurts, but I didn't want to complain at the beginning, so I'll complain at the end. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening tonight. It really, really means a lot that you guys took time to be here with Gen X Talks. I mean, if you're going to waste an hour of your evening, what better place to waste it than here with us? A bunch of jabronis hanging out, thinking the same things, drinking the same stuff, and having a good time. The truth was at the bottom of the glass. I didn't quite get to the bottom of the glass, so I can't vouch for the truthfulness of all of our answers. Schmicky, not surviving is dead. Looking spiffy tonight, General. Thank you very much, Schmicky. Schmicky! She's on Facebook. Usually she's over here in YouTube, but tonight she's in Facebook. So we love Smicky wherever she turns up. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for tuning in. Wherever you're listening from on this planet, AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps on the Armed Service Radio Network. We appreciate you guys. Gen X Talks wouldn't be anything without you. It's a lot of fun to hang out. Remember 2 things. Wherever you go, there you are. And the last thing, the constant, the one you remember. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.